Hey everybody, Lon.TV here with my end of the year channel update. We're going to take a look back and see how 2024 performed for this channel and look forward to 2025. I can go on another year here based on how we did this year. The business is still incredibly challenging, but this will be my 13th year on YouTube as an independent content creator, and I've spent about half that time doing this job full time. So we have beaten the odds, and I greatly appreciate all of the support that I've received over the years from all of you. That includes everyone who clicks on my videos every time they are uploaded. The algorithm continually hides them from you, so I greatly appreciate those of you who seek them out and click on it because they are trying to narrow us down into very specific topics these days. I also want to thank everyone who's been contributing to the channel on an ongoing basis. You will see me throw some numbers up, some of them declining, others increasing. The one constant that I've seen on this channel since I started taking contributions is that that number is steady and growing every year. So I want to thank all of you for your ongoing support. You can support the channel throughout just about every platform that's out there. So we do Patreon, we do Floatplane, we do the YouTube membership program. We also have my donor box page at Lon.TV/support, which brings most revenue to the channel versus contributing through platforms that do take a pretty large cut. So the donor box page is where just about all the money goes to the channel minus the credit card fees. And I greatly appreciate everyone who's been contributing to this channel over the years. It does help keep the lights on, and I greatly appreciate your continued support as we work our way into 2025. So let's take a look and just see how the year went here. I uploaded 156 videos, and that does not include live streams, so I think we're probably in the 170-ish territory if we were to count those as well. And my workflow here, I should probably do an updated behind-the-scenes video, has not changed since 2012. I shoot everything live to disk, so the amount of editing that has to be done is pretty minimal. So I basically do a live stream that's a recorded live stream and then edited. And that's really helped, I think, develop the kind of volume that I put out. That upload of 156 videos is about 36 hours of overall content. If you can handle me for a whole working week, you can watch all of them. And those videos that I uploaded this year generated 3.3 million views. So we are definitely firmly in what they call the YouTube middle class, the creators that never jump up to the millions of views per video, but can sustain a living, kind of eking it out in the middle, and I am grateful to be able to do that. Now, overall, I had 7.6 million views because a lot of my content is evergreen, so about half the views came from things that I uploaded this year, and the other half came from stuff I uploaded last year. We still have about a week left, but these numbers I think are pretty solid for looking at how the year went. I had 563,000 hours of watch time, and we added just under 20,000 subscribers. But as you can see, we are pretty much right where we were last year at this time. So things are pretty much leveling off here after a post-pandemic decline. And one of the things that the pandemic did for the channel is that I review a lot of affordable electronics that a lot of other channels don't review. And the stuff that I review was all the stuff people needed during the pandemic. They bought it all. Now they don't need printers and laptops and webcams anymore. So we're trying to find some other things that can generate the type of viewership to keep the lights on around here, because a bulk of the revenue on the channel still comes from YouTube revenue share, along with what I earn through the Amazon affiliate program and their on-site video program. Those are remaining the top revenue options for the channel here. Now, as far as subscriber viewership, we're about where we were last year as well. About 25% of my viewers are subscribers. A vast majority, though, 75%, are not. And this continues just what YouTube has been doing over the last couple of years a lot more aggressively, which is really focusing in on algorithmic recommendations far more than what you have subscribed to. And what they do when a creator uploads a video is they will take a small sample of the subscriber base, see how they react to the video, and if it does well, then they'll put it out to more subscribers. But unfortunately, subscribing these days is not what YouTube and us creators say it is. It is just one of many signals that they use to try to figure out the performance of a video. Having a lot of subscribers does help because it does increase the odds that more people will see it and potentially click on it. But the reality is for this channel is that most of the videos that I upload are not even put in front of subscribers. let alone having subscribers not click on them. And that continues to be a frustration for me. And unfortunately, the subscription page is not very consumer friendly. I know a lot of you love that subscription page, and it's good for people that are really good at organizing their content like we are, but most people prefer just to have stuff sent to them by the algorithm, and that continues to be a challenge here on the channel. But if you are interested in seeing what I upload, I do post my videos when they get posted across just about every major social media platform that is out there. I've got these little buttons on my blog at blog.lon.tv, and you can click on the one that you use the most, and you will get me in your feed. I also send out an email digest the day after I upload most of my videos at lon.tv/digest, and I do a weekly email at lon.tv/email, where I give you the video links, but also write-ups about everything that I've done. Now, more positively, here are the most watched videos of what I uploaded this year. And actually, my most watched video is one that I did about 2 weeks ago, which was covering the YouTube TV price increase and showing some alternative options that might be out there. But as you can see here, a bulk of the content is centering around cord cutting. I have been experimenting a little bit with topical videos where I try to explain some tech topic in a way that's not all that salacious. Unfortunately, those videos don't do all that well, but we did get one here on the map, which was Japan's ban of floppy disks for government use, and we found the last floppy reseller who was kind enough to do an interview with us, so that one did okay. But I will be exploring more topical content as the year progresses here. It's a lot of fun for me to do that stuff, and hopefully we can start carving out an additional area where we can attract some viewers. Now, one video that did really well this year that did not do well with subscribers was this one, the printer buying guide, where I looked at all the different printer options out there, and I knew that this one would tank amongst the subscriber base. That is usually what happens with my printer videos, but these tend to be very evergreen in the long run. So if we look here, you can see that all of you kind of rejected the video. It was one of my 10 of 10 last uploaded videos. But as searches picked up as the year progressed here, as you can see, this video has really taken off and is one of my top earners of the year on revenue, but also on views. And that is why I review printers every once in a while, because they do very well, actually. Everybody needs a printer, even though we all hate them. And so that kind of keeps going here. The least watched videos of the year include the HP Sprocket photo booth that I looked at a few weeks ago. This one I anticipated not doing well, but I do think that it will pick up as the year progresses. It's a really fun party device. And then you can see some of the other ones that didn't do all that well throughout the year here. So a lot of product reviews aren't doing as well as they did before. I'll talk more about that in a minute. And then as you can see here too, whenever you go off topic, YouTube doesn't like it. So I did a video talking about my first flight lesson and how it compares to flying Microsoft Flight Simulator. If I was covering Flight Simulator 24/7, this might be a more successful topic perhaps, because you have a greater percentage of your subscriber base interested in that sort of thing. But I've been doing this for so long, my subscriber base is so fragmented that it's hard to develop a good sample of any particular topic to progress things further. So as you saw in the most watched, cord cutting topics seem to be doing the best, and I think that's because cord cutting as a topic is probably what's driven a good chunk of subscribers to this channel, maybe 60 or 65%. And that is, I think, why we're seeing some of these discrepancies here. The one that really bummed me out, though, was this one I did at my brother's place about the eclipse this year, back in April. We went up to my brother's farm, his maple syrup farm, up in Vermont. And my brother's always been a very popular part of this channel when we do some kind of remote shoot up at his place. It's always gotten a lot of views. People like my brother. I like my brother. He's a good guy. And we did another video where we covered the eclipse, which I guess everybody was doing at that time of year, but we also went through his entire process of how he makes his maple syrup on that farm. And those videos did pretty well when we did them in the past. This one, not so much, and we actually took a different look at the process there. So hopefully some of you will see that and click on it. And if you wanted to check out some of his other videos, you can click on the link on screen here, lon.tv/JoshList. So pretty cool stuff, and you can check out my brother's maple syrup at ruggedridgeforest.com. Delicious stuff, and a lot of you ordered it when we did those prior videos, and if you're running out, he's got more. So what is next for 2025? Well, I will be going to CES this year, And this is the first time in almost a decade of going that I do not have a sponsor for this year's show. So I am going by myself, footing the whole bill. It's not all that expensive to just send myself out there. And I'm looking forward to the show and producing it with my one-handed iPhone rig there. I actually did a video with that rig in Berlin, Germany, and a few other little shows in New York City recently, and it works great. So check out the Berlin one. I think that's the best example of what I can produce with my one-man band operation here, and I think it's going to go well. The reason why I didn't get a sponsor this year is that everyone who reached out looking for channels to sponsor wanted dedicated content, and I have seen dedicated content from CES fail every single year over the course that I've been doing it. It doesn't matter who the sponsor is. People don't want to watch an entire advertisement from CES when they're trying to figure out what's cool and different this year. So what I said to advertisers was, look, I'm not doing any more dedicated videos. They take a lot of time for me to produce them. Nobody's watching them. It's not good for anybody. And what I suggested instead was that we integrate into the main videos, the dispatch videos. We've done a few integrations over the years, and those do much better because people are going to watch the dispatches far more than they would a dedicated piece of content. But nobody could get their heads around that one, at least for channels of my size, so I've just decided to give up on the sponsorship. If I get one, great, but chances are there will be no sponsor this year, which is good because I'll have more time to wander the show floor looking for those hidden gems that we always seem to find. And that brings me to some of the challenges and frustrations that I continue to see in the industry. This whole influencer thing is becoming a big issue for people that are trying to do reviews and other types of content without having someone pay you to do it. So this year I've received probably the least number of editorial review requests than I've had since I started doing this. Almost every pitch I get right now to look at a product comes with somebody offering me money to do the review and then requiring pre-review and all the other stuff that goes into it. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing until it's no longer financially viable to do it. But unfortunately, what I am seeing out there insofar as my traffic, how the algorithm is directing content, and what sponsorship opportunities might be left out there, nobody wants dedicated journalists doing work any longer. They want to control the whole stack, and it's getting harder and harder to do this. Another problem is that product review performance is continuing to decline. Now, I've been doing this for 13 years, right when the smartphone first became a thing, and over time, the smartphone has replaced, and we did a video about this, has replaced a bulk of the gadgets that I used to review. And because the smartphone community on YouTube is so saturated, it's hard for a small channel like mine to break through into that content. So it's very challenging because people just buy a smartphone that does everything for them as opposed to all the other stuff that I used to look at. But I've been really surprised too that like laptop reviews are in the toilet right now. They just don't get watched, even over time. Those used to be my bread and butter. But you have noticed the mini PC reviews have picked up a little bit because people are interested in mini PCs again. So there are some cyclical changes to the marketplace that I have to keep an eye on. And right now, the laptops just aren't doing well. So I'm focusing in on other product categories that seem to be more top of mind for consumers. So that will do it for this year's Year in Review. I've got a lot of fun retro video game content coming up this week, including a review of the Mr. Pi, which is the low-cost Mr. Project clone board. And we also have a review of some Super Nintendo ports of classic NES games. It's really cool. You'll have to check that one out on Christmas Day. That'll do it for this one. Until next time, this is Lon.TV. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the support. And thank you for sticking with me all these years. And I'm looking forward to your feedback as I experiment with some different types of content as we roll through the new year. That'll do it for now. Until next time, this is Lon.TV. Thanks for watching.